Hey everyone, it's Anne. I know it's been quite a while since my last video, and I've not forgot about you guys, but there's really like a lot of things going on lately in my life, and it's really exciting. So I have a lot of projects in the works, and I've been doing a lot of different things, getting ready for, I know we don't want to hear about it, but the fall and the winter. So I have some things that I'm working on, but I really try my best to write as many articles as I can and post them on my blog, and also on try to get like YouTube videos in. But lately it's just been like there's only so much time in a day for even for myself. So, you know, summer activities, like we get like all so crazy sometimes with so many activities that we just want to do everything. But then like maybe the day is longer, but then, you know, our brains need, you know, rest. So I'm very limited right now. But anyways, I put together this video really quick. I was originally going to do it outside, but it started raining, and it's been raining like all day today. So this is going to be my Q&A video part 5, and I'm really trying my best to be as detailed with each and every question and trying to get as many of them in as I can. A lot of them are exactly like the doubles from each other, so I can't really get everybody's question in, but I don't want to repeat myself. There's a lot of them that are on my previous video, so I try not to repeat what I've already talked about and answered. So you can go and check on my other videos if you have more questions, and also, of course, go on my blog. I have lots of articles. So anyways, and that's the link will be posted down for soulconnections.net. Also, lovereader.net. I'm also getting some blogs articles onto that website as well. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Okay. What if you know you have a strong connection and can't let go of that person, but they don't know it? What do you do? Well, actually, in this type of situation, there's not a lot you can do to let them know anyways. Just when you choose to let go of that person, but it seems like nothing is going to actually disconnect you two, this has a lot to do with destiny and the life lessons that two people need to go through. And as I mentioned in the previous video, sometimes they can go through many years, decades before they do go through those life lessons, and some, you know, don't have that long of a time period. But actually it's to achieve the higher level of being as one. So my advice is don't put too much energy into that person. And what I mean is, you need to love yourself. You need to put yourself first. The energy that is around you, you have to surround it with total love and just of joy, and just bringing the abundance of happiness, because that's going to actually attract your soulmate or your twin flame or anyone that is meant to come to you. You know, when you're negative, it's like kind of like when you throw off negative vibes, it's like you don't want to be around that person. So you really want to change that habit forming of the way you think. Okay, so let's go to my next question. I met my karmic soulmate after my twin flame. Does it always happen like this? In some cases, yes. When you do meet your karmic soulmate, you may not understand why they come into your life the way they do. And with a twin flame connection, it's just something that just never disconnects, especially when there's a confliction with the reunion. And that's when usually karmic soulmates usually are sent, because there's a karmic tie there, and energy that they have to live together, that they need to be balanced. And remember, everyone has more than one soulmate, and karmic soulmates as well. And they can come in at any time in your life. So the best thing you want to do is not to focus so much on, well, I'm going to be searching for my twin flame. And if I don't feel that certain connection because I read it on the internet, then I know that I'm not going to be with that person, and that person's not meant. No, don't even go there. If you feel like an attraction, if you feel drawn to that person, this is when you want to really like examine the relationship and explore it. So even though it may not seem like what we describe as a twin flame or a soulmate, it's good to just like use this as a stepping stone to get to where you need to go to, because destiny sends you all different types of people, and you need to explore it. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out on something very beautiful. And you never know, because maybe you're the runner and you don't realize that person that you're leaving behind is actually your twin flame, you know, because it does happen, like similar to what I went through. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, are we supposed to know instantly if a person is right for us, or can this be something that can take time to develop feelings for them? Well, there's actually different cases, and usually when you meet a soulmate, you feel that like high like vibrations deep inside. It can come anywhere in the body. You can just feel it. Usually it's in the heart chakra, like right around your chest area. And it's like energy that's going directly to them. And when it's a twin flame, there's an instant bond, and you know that it could never be broken. And there is some type of confliction sometimes when there's an obstacle, you will feel it, because that person could take time to develop the energy. That magnetic pull that you're going to feel is like right from the beginning. You're just going to feel like something is there. But there may not be exactly emotional feelings, because, you know, like you can't just fall in love, but sometimes you can if you're open to it for that person. So if that makes sense, it's more of like you have to know if there's just so much energy with coming and going of the spirit connection, and there's the emotional energy that usually taps in right afterwards. So it's kind of like a combination. So it's something that always comes together no matter what. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, why is the runner so scared to be truly loved? You know, I've asked a lot about this question, and well, it's just that most of you know that I was a runner, okay? And I can answer this with no problem, that it's nothing to do with that person. It's actually the fear that they hold on to. You know, it's actually what's inside that's in your heart that they're afraid of. And it's almost like that they want to explore the energy, but they're just like so afraid of it. So they bury it, they block it, they, you know, put it away, they ignore it. You know, it's kind of like a situation just waiting to happen. But runners don't run forever. Okay, that's the good news. It takes time for them to come out of it. Okay, that's my iPad. Okay, the next question. I've been catching 1111 a lot, and it's been going on for a while, and I want to know, what is the connection between that and soulmates? Well, that's a good question, and this is another question that I'm asked frequently. This is an angelic number, and it has a lot to do with the soulmates and twin flames coming together. Many times it has to do with a sign of something like happening. Like this is why the number 111, 222 sometimes appears, and sometimes why the clock is always like blinking 111, or the microwave, or you see license plates or receipts, or, you know, wherever it comes from, you know that it's like something that, like, it's the way like the universe is like letting you know, hey, something is happening here. And there's also other different types of signs. Like I can go on with the list, but I'm just going to give you a couple. There's a lot of like songs or names on billboards, or, you know, like just like something that you see periodically that just comes out from nowhere. And it could be something very rare at that. So it's good to I would write them down in a journal just to keep track of them. Okay, so let's go to the next question. What if your twin flame or soulmate is with someone else? Now, I have answered this in many of my other videos, and I will do it again. When your soulmate or twin flame is with someone else, there's a part of a life lesson that they need to learn, and they need to actually become awake. So it's not like you can, hey, go and nudge them and say, hey, we're soulmates. Hey, we're twin flames. We need to be together. You need to get away from that person because that person's not doing you no good. The thing is that you can't change a situation, because that'll only like scare them away, or that'll like push them away from you, because they just, you know, they have to like get more like in tune with things, and they have to like find out their own life lesson. They have to to do the work themselves. So I would highly recommend that you get more in tune with like meditation, spirituality. The energies with soulmates is just like the union with them, and they need to just like break down and just connect when the time is ready for them to connect. So you can't really like rush things. Going on to the next question. Since my twin flame ran, and I only found out about twin flames since he or she left, does this person know that there's a special connection between us at all? Okay, well, he or she may feel it, but there's something deep and intense, and it's like something that you both share that is constantly and continuously like showing you both that there's something there, and it's not like something that you can like do. Like I said in the previous question, they have no clue of what they're really feeling. Okay, so just understand, you could research it. They could research it, but they still really don't understand it. So this part of them, just like it's like they block themselves from it because it's just way too intense. And it also depends on the person. So everyone is different and everyone is individual. So you really can't like tell them, like you have to wake up. You know what I mean? It's like something they have to do. And like I said, in my situation, I knew a lot about twin flames. I knew a lot about soulmates, but nobody could really tell me that my husband was my twin flame until I experienced it. And I feel that that's something that's like a calling for other people that they need to experience themselves. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Is it possible my twin flame runner will do all the work for themselves and not reconnect with me in this life? The thing is that when a twin flame runner is healing, their sole purpose and mission is to be with their other half. It's nothing to do with basically to get closer to that person. It's basically what they need to do for themselves. And nothing is going to disconnect them. It's just that the fact that they are running, it's because they need to relocate where their true authentic self is, and this can go on for a while, so it's a little tricky. So it's not like they're doing the work and it's not gonna go like the soul reunion is not going to happen. It's a sacred bond, so it's not something that just separates after the healing is completed. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. If I'm having a hard time with my twin flame separation and break down emotionally, does that set the healing progress back any? Well, like I said before, it depends. If you're having a difficult time with a twin flame separation and emotionally you can't stay like uplifted or positive, then that may inhibit the reunion in some type of way, because like the energy is reciprocated back and forth, and it's given to each other. So if your emotions are like completely breaking down and negative, and your other half is in a place where they're not feeling anything, but they're actually not going to feel anything good. They're just feeling like what you're going through. So it's actually going to make them run even further. So the fact that you're trying to heal with your twin flame, you're constantly going back and reliving that separation and the pain that you two went through, and it's like breaking down is only going to prevent the healing from taking place from the first place. So then that's when I explained to you before that it could take time, and the more time, the more you're suffering, the more you're going to notice that the time is just going to slide up a little bit longer and a little bit longer. I don't like to say that because I know it hurts a lot of people, but it's only the truth. So once you get more like spiritual and understanding these things, you can actually help the union of the sacred souls connecting as one. It's the merge that's happening between them two. So you need to really work on yourself and not let the emotions, because we all have them, and it's part of life. It's part of humanity. So you really want to work on yourself. And I know you can do it. Everybody who encounters twin flames or soulmates, they know that there's something more of a spirituality base beyond that person that they're with. Okay. So all right, let's go on to the next question. If the twin flame chaser recognizes the connection and starts the healing process as soon as they are aware, does the runner feel a shift? Okay. Well, yes. There's like an automatic feeling, an energy just starts to merge with them together. And that's when you know the healing is happening, you know. So usually the reason why the runner is feeling the intense energy more, it's usually because there's a fear that they have inside them, and that's what makes them run, you know, like from the first place. And it's something that the runner needs to go through in order to awaken and realize that where they're at is something that is something that they got to work on, and something that they need to really face. But they do recognize it. So it's more of like the energy just starts to shift, and the energy starts to change, and that's when the awakening happens. So it's something that they need to do in order for them to open up their heart and not and realize that they're not just hurting other people, they're hurting themselves. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. If the twin flame runner believes there is no special connection to the chaser, will they ever reconnect if healing on both sides take place? With twin flame runner and chasers, the list can go on, and they can go through many different types of shifts. They're coming together and actually reuniting, and then running away, and then chasing their runner, and then the runner becoming the chaser, and vice versa. So it goes on sometimes, and it just, you know, the situation just reverses all the time. The roles are changed, and I see this all the time. So I'm not surprised when I hear about these things, because sometimes they need the space away from each other, and you know, other times they just need to like hit to a certain place where they can realize. And usually it's when they open their eyes. It's usually the time when they finally do merge together. And it's like I said, it's a very sacred bond, and they both have to be ready. This just cannot come on because it just can't connect because the one half was ready, but the other one wasn't. It just happens. It's a beautiful union. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Why is it that I am the chaser, but when I see a response, I become the runner, and we seem to keep on? Okay. Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about the soulmates and twin flame dance. They can go through many like different cycles and phases, and every situation is different. It's like everybody is unique, and everybody is trying to establish and find, you know, where their home is with each other, and be, you know, their authentic self in every way. The main thing here is that twin flames need to live out their lives going through certain life changes and tests in order to improve and just balance with their life lessons. Okay? So let's go on to the next question. When the runner is running, why do they seem so hateful and angry towards the chaser, even when it is something that they did that caused the chasing and runner to start? Okay. This is like I mentioned before, that the love is so strong and so intense that immediately they turn to like hate. It's like sometimes they turn it on because they you know, it's an emotion. Not that they really hate that person, but they're just like, it's a thin line between love and hate. They love that person with all their heart, but then they can change, you know, like in a flick, like a switch. And this is why the twin flame runner does not exactly, you know, hate their other half. It's just that they try to resist and deny any kind of emotional attachment. And this can also cause like negativity with words and actions, and whatever the case is. If someone is giving you the negativity and abuse, it's best that you take a step back and not let anyone mistreat or abuse you. We are all human, and we deserve the best, and we're people that love, you know, each other, and you need to love yourself and never let like your twin flame or soulmate or anyone mistreat you. This is when you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to really put yourself up front. So even if your twin flame is mistreating you, you know, it's your other half, but they're sabotaging their own happiness for even themselves. So if you don't take a stand, and if you're not assertive on your own feelings, and defend yourself, you just need to like change up a few things, and that could actually change the whole relationship. It could happen with anybody. So it's basically just don't let anybody abuse you. Don't let anybody take their out on you. You have to just block them and just cut the cords. I mean, cutting the cords is like as simple as doing this. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. What are the chances your twin flame could be so comfortable and used to the situation that they stay put instead of acting on a relationship with their true twin flame? Okay, well, this is a situation that they can only tolerate for the time being. It's like most likely they're running, and they're like runners from their own like through authentic self, as I mentioned before in the previous question. But really, there's only so much that they can usually take, being, maybe they were previously married for a long time or in a long-term relationship, and it caused them to feel like, hey, this is my comfort zone. I'm not looking for anything. They're not awake. They're like sleeping, kind of like in the, the movie The Matrix. Like they don't really know what reality is until, it hits them. So they can be like going in this type of situation for so long, and then they need to awaken and realize. Now, sometimes these things can take like years. Sometimes it can take, decades. I mean, I'm not going to go on and tell anybody like how long, because nobody really knows how long they need to, fix what it is in their life. It's their life lesson, and everybody individually has to fix that themselves. Nobody is there to, to get them through it. Like there's no easy fix for it, in other words. Okay, so that's our last question, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I tried my best to be as detailed with everyone's questions and try to combine them if I could. So if you do have a question, please send it to me, and I will add it to my list for the next video, which it should be sooner than what the time lapse from this previous video. And if you have some questions about to my husband as well, because like I know a lot of people has been like wondering, what he went through. People ask me what I went through, and we would be more than happy to make another combined question answer Q&A, I should say Q&A video with those types of questions. So until next time, I hope you guys have a really fun and blessed summer, and peace out and God bless. Bye-bye.